Manchester City's Premier League dream still alive. Welcome back to City News Now, your home for the latest Manchester City updates, tactical analysis, breaking news, and everything happening around the Etihad Stadium. The Premier League title race has reached a dramatic stage, and Manchester City still have a chance to retain their crown. But after Arsenal's late 1-0 victory over West Ham earlier today, the pressure on Pep Guardiola's side has become even greater. As of May 10th, 2026, Arsenal are now 5 points clear at the top of the table. However, Manchester City still have one game in hand, meaning the title race is not over yet. But the situation is now very simple. City must be perfect from this point forward. 3 games remain, 3 must-win matches, 9 points required. Anything less could end their hopes of winning another Premier League title. The mathematics of the title race. Manchester City currently trail Arsenal by 5 points with 3 matches left to play. Because City have a game in hand, Guardiola's team can still reach a maximum of 83 points if they win all remaining fixtures. That means City must defeat Crystal Palace, Bournemouth and Aston Villa to keep their dream alive. But even if City win all 3 games, Arsenal still control the race. Mikel Arteta's side have 2 matches remaining against Burnley and Crystal Palace. If Arsenal win both matches, they will become Premier League champions regardless of City's results. So Manchester City fans will now be hoping for one thing: an Arsenal slip. If Arsenal lose 1 game and City win all 3 matches, both teams would finish level on points, bringing goal difference into play. And that could make the final weeks of the season even more dramatic. 3 huge matches for Manchester City. The first major test arrives on May 13th against Crystal Palace at the Etihad Stadium. This is City's game in hand and probably the most important match of the season so far. A victory would reduce Arsenal's lead from 5 points down to just 2, putting immediate pressure back on the league leaders. Anything less than 3 points would almost certainly end City's title hopes. After that comes a difficult away trip to Bournemouth on May 19th. Bournemouth have been one of the strongest surprise teams this season and are still fighting for a European place. Their energy, pressing and home form make this a dangerous fixture for Guardiola's side. Then comes the final day of the season, Manchester City against Aston Villa at the Etihad Stadium on May 24th. By then, the title race could come down to the final 90 minutes. Villa have developed into a strong tactical side under Unai Emery, and City know they cannot afford any defensive mistakes if the title is still alive on the final day. Goal difference could decide everything. One of the most important details in this title race is goal difference. Right now, Manchester City and Arsenal are separated by only 1 goal in the goal difference standings. That means every goal scored and every goal conceded could decide who lifts the Premier League trophy. City's recent 3-0 victory over Brentford was extremely important because it improved their goal difference while keeping pressure on Arsenal. Now Guardiola's side may need more big wins in the final weeks. Against Crystal Palace and Bournemouth, City will likely continue attacking even if they are already leading comfortably because every extra goal matters. This title race could literally be decided by 1 single goal. What Guardiola needs from his team to complete this difficult comeback? Pep Guardiola needs several things to go perfectly. The biggest boost could be the return of Rodri. Manchester City's midfield has struggled at times without him, especially in controlling games and protecting the defence. Rodri brings calmness, balance and leadership to the team, and his return for the final matches could completely change City's chances. Another key factor is Erling Haaland. The Norwegian striker scored against Brentford and now needs to lead the attack during the most important stage of the season. With goal difference likely to matter, City need Haaland, Jeremy Doku and Phil Foden to be ruthless in front of goal. Defensively, improvements are also necessary. The recent 3-3 draw against Everton exposed weaknesses that City cannot afford again. The return of Ruben Diaz and Josko Gvardiol to training is a massive boost, as Guardiola searches for defensive stability. Clean sheets could become just as important as goals. Final verdict. Manchester City's title hopes are still alive, but the challenge is enormous. The equation is now clear. Win all 3 remaining matches and hope Arsenal drop points at least once. The pressure on both teams will be intense over the next 2 weeks, and every moment could change the direction of the Premier League trophy race. For City fans, belief remains alive, and if there is one team capable of producing a dramatic late comeback under pressure, it is Pep Guardiola's Manchester City.